Hello and welcome back. In today's video, I'm gonna be doing like a grandpa's trailer. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be called grandpa's trailer. Um, and we're doing it in Chestnut Ridge. I forgot exactly what the lot is called, but it's the smallest lot like in the center of town. Um, and so basically this trailer, um, I've had the idea of making like a grandparents or like a trailer for like an elder sim since October, and it was originally going to be like a build that I did for Halloween. It was going to be like a grandparents trailer but decorated for Halloween. But I never got around to doing that because I was just really busy because of college. And so instead I'm doing it now. I finally got around to it. And it's not gonna be like holiday themed. So it's just like a regular trailer. And it's a double wide trailer for a elder sim. So a grandpa, he's single. I kind of just like decided not to do the um grandparent like storyline type thing. Because I don't know, I've kind of been into making um houses for like single sims or like two family sims. Kind of been into that lately. um and yeah, so I made this house, and while I was making it I kind of like thought of this whole backstory, because I don't know if other people do this, but when I build a house I like to really think about like who's it for, and so I make like these life stories kind of in my head while I'm doing it. And so I actually thought of like a pretty detailed one for this sim. um so essentially this sim, um I basically thought that they were um like from a military family growing up. So the sim right now I would say is probably like if we were doing like IRL age, they would be in their 60s, maybe like early 60s. And so I was thinking when they were a younger sim, like a child, they grew up in a military family, so maybe like one or both parents were in the military, and so they moved around a lot. And I was thinking they specifically moved around probably a lot in like the Del Sol Valley, Chestnut Ridge, Strangerville worlds, because those give me like very like West Coast vibes. And so I was thinking, um there's like a lot of military bases on the West Coast. um I was thinking like that's probably, they probably grew up bouncing around on a lot of like military bases. um and they probably spent a lot of time like Strangerville, but they also spent a lot of time here in Chestnut Ridge. And so I was thinking they never really had like a place that they call like their hometown. Oh, and then this is just me like showing the outside, because I like skipped it because this actually took me a long time to kind of make the outside a lot of detailed, because I use a lot of debug items. um and the outside ends up changing a little bit, because I was trying to do like an outdoor like laundry thing, because I thought it was pretty realistic. I've seen, especially in like smaller homes, people kind of do like this outdoor laundry setup thing where they'll put like a washer or in their dryer like outside, and just like have like an awning or like a covering over it, or sometimes on their porch. I didn't have space like to do it on this on the porch on this trailer, so I decided to do it, out back, and I put like an awning. um and you don't see it. But it didn't work out. Everything started even the clothesline started glitching, like stuff just started glitching. So I ended up putting it over here by this like blue, what would you call it? I think we call it like a blue, I don't know how you say it in English, but it's like a blue tarp. That blue tarp right next to the blue van. So like on this side of the kitchen wall, I end up putting like a little, end up making like extending out the roof and making a little area for the washing and dryer machine, and so that they don't you know end up like glitching and breaking every time it rains. But anyways, going back, I was talking about I think where the sim, or how the sim grew up. So basically, this sim military family moved around a lot, never really had a place to call like his hometown. And then once he got older, he met someone, he got married, and I imagine like they moved or he spent like most of his adult life in like a suburban type um world, so like San Sequoia, Newcrest, because I think he turned into, not turned into, but he was like a, very like your classic office husband slash dad, so like family guy, worked at an office, like maybe like um like at a, just an office, I don't know. Like I was thinking like, like a gas company or like insurance office, something like that, I don't know. He worked in an office, and then I imagined like, so he has two kids, and I imagined of maybe like 10 years into the marriage they got divorced, so his kids were probably still young. And the divorce was like amicable, and he basically lived in the same town as them because he wanted to like raise his children and still wanted to stay with them. So he ended up staying in the same like, like neighborhood as them, just like in a separate house. um and now that he's like older, I imagine now that he's retired, he's kind of moved back to Chestnut Ridge, because although he's never had like a place that really felt like his hometown, he really enjoyed his time in Chestnut Ridge when he was younger. um and so I imagine he like moved back, bought a trailer, and like made friends with the people that he knew like a long time ago, because they're obviously like probably the same age as him now. And I imagine he's kind of became like the like handyman of Chestnut Ridge. Like he helps out around town to like fix all the stuff around the town that people need help with. Or he just does like um it just does like maintenance work around the town. And I imagine he's probably lived here for a couple years, maybe like 3, 4. So the trailer's quite lived in. And I imagine he bought it and he really didn't do much renovating, because in my mind, I didn't want to make the trailer like um too modern, but I didn't want to make it like um kind of like what would you call it? Like I didn't want to make it run down, because I think it was well taken care of. Um and so he just hasn't really like updated it too much. I think he like gave it like a new coat of paint, and maybe put in some new carpet. But like I kept like this like old 70s style linoleum, and like kind of like what's it called? I forgot what it's called, but like that 70s type like wood like wall. I forget what it's called, but it's like the 70s like wooden. It's like, it's not like real wood. It's kind of like fake wood, but I forgot what it's called. Um, and so yeah, uh, this is a trailer, and so I imagine it's a 2 bedroom, and I made one room for like when his grandkids come and visit, because I imagine he's really close to his daughters and his grandkids, and so they come and visit often. So I made a room specifically for them. So it has like a bunk bed. And it's like a 3 bed or like 3 sleeper situation, so like 3 people can sleep on it. Um, and oh, I also imagine he has like a girlfriend now. Like I imagine he went like a long time without really dating, and never remarried. But now that he's in Chestnut Ridge, he's kind of like, um, kind of became open to like dating again. So he has a girlfriend. So I added like some stuff like on the nightstand, and like flowers here and there to kind of indicate that he like a girlfriend comes over from time to time. And I also added a lot of like, originally I didn't, but after like I went back in and added a lot of like drawings that I imagine his grandkids make him. And I also had to come back in and as I was playtesting realized like a lot of stuff like the computer, and for some reason the shower was usable but not the toilet. So I had to like move the toilet over a little bit and the sink over a little bit in the bathroom, but it doesn't really look that different. I just moved them over like a little bit, a tiny bit. And then I went back in and kind of rearranged the like computer slash bookshelf area, because I needed to like move stuff onto the bookshelf to make the desk usable, because I think there was just like too much clutter on there. And I think, oh, and then I also had to change around like the laundry situation, because like as I was building, I realized I put in the clothesline but no laundry for some reason. or like no way to do your laundry. So I ended up putting, you know, doing that whole like thing with the laundry, and I ended up putting it on the front side of the trailer. And then, but I also put in like a washing basin, in case like the laundry starts glitching or something. Um, which I didn't want to put in the washing basin because they're like an elder sim. I thought it was more realistic to have like a laundry because, you know, as you get older, like stuff becomes harder. And I imagine like, you know, realistically, like having to wash your clothes in a basin is probably like really tiring as an elder. Um, but this is a sim, so I don't think like they get like tired like that. Um, and yeah, so oh, and I think one more thing, I originally put the gaming console in the room, but it wasn't like usable, and I knew it was gonna be usable. I did it more of like as like a just like as a decoration. Oh, wait, I just glitched. As like a decoration piece. Um, but I ended up like moving it to the living room instead to actually make it usable because I figured like why would I have it if it's not usable? Um, and it just made like more sense to have it out in the living room. Um, but yeah, I think that's about it. So I think yeah, I think that's it. Like I don't have anything else to really like say. And so I think I'm going to ooh, my phone just vibrated. Um I think that's it. And so I'll see you next video. Next video is probably going to be like I'm thinking of doing something in Sulani. And that's probably going to be a full voiceover, maybe not, I don't know. Voiceover is kind of becoming hard to do because, you know, obviously I have to make sure everything's quiet and have ample time to record one. But yeah, so uh I'll let you watch the rest of the video, and hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.